Okay, welcome. This is Personal Finance Foundations. I'm going to be running you through what this training entails, what specifically it entails. I'm super excited that you're here. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience for everybody who's participating, and you're going to get so much out of this. The value is going to be amazing because we're talking about the foundation. We're talking about something that's timeless, something that's going to exist and work for you the rest of your life, something you can give to your family and your children one day so that they have a solid foundation. This is what we're talking about here. This is not about get rich quick. This is not about the secret business opportunity. This is not about trading and investing in the secret cryptocurrency coin that's going to make all your dreams come true. We are not talking about that here. What we are talking about is the foundation that your personal finance rests on. Let me explain it to you. Here's you or someone, everyone. Everyone's the same. And what I'm going to explain to you is why everyone's the same. Because there's four fundamental forces that exist in the financial commercial world. Here they are. The first force is income, money coming in, income. This force is what happens when the money comes into your life. And hopefully there's some money coming into your life. The opposite of that force is expense or money out. This is the force that happens when you spend money out. So you have income and expense. Everyone has these. In fact, businesses have these too. Businesses and individuals are virtually the same, just pretty much just a matter of scale. So these two forces, income and expense, fundamental forces. What are the other forces? Well, there's two other ones. There's your assets, or hopefully you have some assets. If not, that's okay. You can build them. Assets supporting you, providing a nice solid floor for you to rest on. And then there's liabilities. These are pressures, debts owed that are pressuring you down. There's assets and there's liabilities. These four forces affect everybody. You have them. They're affecting you right now. They're affecting everyone, and everyone may or may not be managing these forces properly. And so here is the common problem that I see. People don't know what's going on with these forces in their life. A lot of people are completely clueless as to what's going on. And if this is you, it's no problem. You can fix this. And by fixing it, what you can do is you can start recognizing the forces and you can start taking control of these forces and bending them to your advantage. This is what we're doing in Personal Finance Foundations. Is we're not saying, here's the secret get rich quick thing that'll bring in a lot of money. No, I'm talking about something even more fundamental, which is seeing these forces and having a system that helps you navigate these forces in a comprehensive way where nothing falls through the cracks. That's what we're talking about here. So what is the problem? Many lack a comprehensive personal finance system. They may have complete confusion regarding their financial situation. This will produce feelings of anxiety, overwhelm, and frustration, and lead to poor decision making. Some people may even have a system, but things can fall through the cracks. And they might be unsure about how the components of their finances fit together. It might result in spending more money than planned, exceeding the budget, a host of other problems, and feelings of uncertainty and doubt. Lots goes wrong when you don't have a system to map these forces and understand these forces and to control these forces with intention. It's all about taking personal responsibility of your situation and harnessing these forces with intention. This is what we can do and create for ourselves. But you do need a proper system because the reality is without a system, it is virtually impossible to feel confident and operate at a high level financially. It's just not going to happen. Every super successful person has a system where they manage these forces and they make intentional decisions about what these forces are going to do for them and what they allow and what they don't allow. You need the system. Now, the good news is the system isn't super complex. Yeah, there's some moving parts to it, but once they're in place and you have the fundamentals in place and you connect them together and it starts operating for you, the amount of control and certainty you feel around your finances just completely shifts. And I've done this with many clients and business owners, and what ends up happening is they start making great decisions, and it ultimately will have a secondary effect of, more money coming in and staying in their life. It's not a direct income producer because we're not talking about building a business or getting a job. No, but by seeing these forces, all of a sudden things click in your mind in a way that they weren't clicking before, and you become luckier. I've used this particular system to basically always have at least a few years of supplies supporting myself and my family without ever feeling frustrated or like I'm always running behind. This is the clarity you can get. I've used this to manage, portfolios of large sizes confidently and making sure that, even if I do make a mistake, it doesn't break the bank because I'm smart about it. Why am I smart? Because I look at things from a systematic and analytical perspective. I've worked in a business that was doing $70 million revenue, and we had to have a system. I've applied these systems to my own personal life, and I want to help you get the same level of confidence and control and skills so that you can take advantage of it. I don't like seeing people weak on these skills and then getting themselves all turned upside down just because there was a lack of awareness around some of these things. Here's the reality. It's all about mastering the basics. It's about mastering these fundamental forces and mastering the system to manage these forces. This is what we're doing here. You don't need to get fancy with this. You just need to get the basics in place. And once the basics are in place, it might take a few months for them to settle in, but you're going to continue building out on these basics, and you're going to continue refining your system and building it out. I still refine and build my system to this day. You have to continually be building, especially as your goals increase. You're going to need to enhance the system to support those goals as well. And you're going to have the fundamental skills by the end of Personal Finance Foundations to be building in however you need to build to reach your goals. That is my mission, is that you become independent and you can do it. And it all is about mastering the basics. Don't get fancy. You're going to end up diversifying your mind too much. You're going to end up getting into risky situations. Focus on these basics and master these, and only take a little bit of strategic risk at a time as you acclimate and get yourself involved in other foreign environments. But always come back to the foundation. Always come back to the basics. I want people to feel good about their situation. This is the ideal situation, obviously. Lots of assets supporting one, lots of income coming in, low debt, liabilities overhead, little expense going out relative to what's coming in. We all want this. Now, how are we going to get it if we don't even know what's going on, or if our system is weak? We need to do the steps in the right sequence. And it typically starts with getting accurate systems in place so that we can see these forces and how they're interacting. And then we can transform into someone that is feeling very good about what they're doing. This is what we want to do. If we're feeling confused, unsure, running around, maybe running the rat race, we want to get to a better feeling place. And it is about the system. It's about getting these skills, and not just the techniques, but also some mental skills and principles to help guide us, and utilizing the techniques to support that. We want to increase our clarity, our confidence, our skills. We want better decisions. We want better conversations. We want to be able to talk to people from a better conversational perspective with similar mental models and better tools supporting us. That's what this is about. So here's what you can expect with Personal Finance Foundations. I've divided in 2 levels of training. Level 1 PFF training is 4 weeks long. The goal in this 4 weeks is to implement the foundational system. After these 4 weeks, you'll have all the basic components, like the basic Lego blocks will be in place, and you'll know, I'm seeing my financial picture in a way I've never seen it before. I'm feeling really good. Especially if you don't have any of these, it's going to be completely life-changing to implement these. So you're going to have the basic system, but it's at a rudimentary level, and that's okay. That's where we start. I don't want to skip steps and assume people know things that they don't. I'm going to be holding your hand every step out of the way. You're going to have to pay attention. You're going to have to take the training seriously, but if you follow along with what I'm teaching and you implement what I say, you are going to have the skills that I have, and you're going to be developing in a way where you feel confident and you take control of your situation in a systematic manner, and it's setting a foundation for the rest of your life. Week 1, we're going to talk about balance sheet, implement that. And then week 2, the income statement. Week 3, talk about budget and goals. Week 4, debt portfolio and cash flow. And there's other little tools you can implement as well. These are some of the foundational ones. And I'm going to be providing mental models and specific technical skills so that you can build it out. You're not going to be amazing at it at first. Some will be better than others. But if you just keep working at it and keep working month after month after month after month, you're going to be collecting your data. You're going to be seeing your situation in such an empowering way, and you're going to get really good at it really quickly. And like I've said, I've given this to people, and they just take off with it. They have the habits in place. All it takes is about 1 hour a week to maintain it. It's a little bit of upfront effort to set up and everything, but then once you get good, it's only an hour a week. You just schedule that review on your finances, maybe Sunday for an hour, update it, and you know exactly what forces are at play and where you're at. You can put in more time if you want, but I suggest like you could be getting to a point, depending on how complex your situation is, where it's only 1 hour a week. Level 2 PFF training, again, this is going to be another 4 weeks. And the goal here is to build out and connect the system in a more robust, comprehensive manner. And I'm going to be giving lots of examples depending on, not everyone's the same. Some people have lots of debt and they need to connect that together. Some people have assets in portfolio and they need to measure out how their things are growing. I'm going to give different examples so people can see, oh, I'm kind of in this ballpark, so I really need to focus and work on building this in my system or that in my system. So we're going to do that. And then participants are going to begin to actively take control of figuring things out on their own. Now we have a schedule here. The trainings will be released on Mondays, and we'll do a Sunday call to follow that up. And it's going to be quite phenomenal on those calls. People are going to be bringing in their questions. You can email me the questions, and we can figure this out together. So week 1 will be October 1st. Technically, that is a Tuesday, but we're going to launch on that day. And then we'll do the following Sunday Q&A October 6th. Then week 2, that's the Monday. I'll send out the training for week 2. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to open up the email, access the training, watch all the training videos, consume that information, synthesize it, and then apply what I suggest doing. And the more effort you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. Like I said, I want my skills to become your skills, and you're becoming independent on your own. October 13th will be that Sunday call, and so on, so on. You can see week 5. I'll release week 5 training October 28th. That starts level 2. But we're going to take a 2-week period on that. You need time for the system to settle into place. And we'll do that Q&A November 10th. Then we'll continue week 6, 7, 8, and finish off with the final Q&A December 1st. So we have a 2-month sprint here, and you're going to have the system in place. You're going to start connecting things together, having those cognitions, starting to apply it in your own personal situation. And my goal for you is that you're figuring things out on your own and you get your questions answered so that you can build out whatever you need to build out to do the analytics to make good decisions for yourself. I will be providing all of this to you who are part of the beta cohort. Now, if you haven't made it in that, don't worry. This is going to be available most likely January of 2025 officially, and you can take advantage of it there. But for you who are in this beta cohort, we're on an amazing adventure together. So what you need to do is enter your email on this website. Maybe you've already done that, but if you missed the September 30th deadline, go ahead and enter your email anyways, and we're going to alert you when the full program is available, which is probably going to be January 2025. Once that's done, fill out the intake survey. So I'll be sending you an email with the intake survey. Go ahead and fill that out so I can collect data. I'm not collecting any personal information like account numbers or values, just a generic overview of what you're currently doing, what you want to see. Make sure I answer these questions and give people the most value. I am going to be building it from the foundation up. So if it seems like, oh, I already do that, no problem. That's fine. You can still learn something. I'm giving plenty of principles and mental models to consider adding into your toolbox as well. But for those of you who don't really have too much going on, I'm going to make sure that you get set on the right foot. That is my goal here. Then if you have any suggestions or questions, email me at buffaloconsultingllc@protonmail.com. And I'm going to collate those questions together and make sure I answer them as best as I can. And then lastly, prepare for training October 1st. October 1st is the kickoff date. So get excited for an incredible journey. I'm so happy you're here and taking advantage of this. This is just going to be incredible in getting you into a better, more confident state around the financial and commercial world. So I look forward to it, and I will see you very soon.